Hi everyone, welcome to Tomb of Qualopec. Once you finish Lost Valley, immediately at the beginning of this level, we're going to use this position as the beginning of our setup for the first glitch in this level. However, if you have already moved, don't worry, there is a way to recover, but I'm going to go through the normal way first. So first thing we want to do is just sidestep, and then one run forward like this. Now there's a couple ways here, but the way I recommend is using look. So what we're going to do is hold look and forward and right. Now, if you may have noticed, when I control look and I press the D-pad, I'm not moving Lara, I'm just moving the camera. So once I let go of look, I'm going to be moving Lara. So by using this look, I am basically making sure that the first input given to Lara is both forward and right at this exact same time. And this is important to get this set up. So right after I let go of look, she's going to move forward and right. And then what I want to do is just press jump like this. If you did it correctly, if you come out here and check the ceiling, you can notice that it's broken, like how it looks in the end of the level, and that's because we have triggered the end of the level by cutting this corner right here. Now, if look is a little bit weird for you, there is a very safe way to do it as well. You can use buffers. So we learned buffers in City of Vilcabamba during the QoP. You can just buffer forward and right, and then on the second unpause, we're going to just hold forward, right, and jump. This is the same thing. Let's come out here, see the ceiling is broken. Show you that I'm not completely making things up. If you just normally come out here without cutting the corner, the ceiling is regular, and you have to do the level like normal. Now, if you have accidentally moved or you messed it up and you need to do this, there is a way. All you need to do is manually set up your position to be something like this. It's almost like a corner bug, but it's more lenient, I would say. Your left foot can be a little bit left, a little bit right of the very corner. We're going to just cut the corner. So again, look, approximately 45 degrees. Let you cut it. Simplest way is just standing jump. And if the camera changes like that or something similar, almost every single time it means you've got it. So I'm gonna standing jump, go to the end. As you can see, it's broken. So whichever way you do it, as long as you continue. So first you get the trick, of course. Now, when we go over here, there's this boulder. So if you need to manually time this, it's a little bit tricky. You can still get it. You might lose some life. Of course, the very safe way is just triggering it, coming out here, waiting for it, and then going in. But there's a more faster way. And generally speaking, you lose no life. If you mess it up, you might lose a little bit. So whichever way you do this corner skip, whether that be the running jump or the standing jump, you just want to continuously running jump forward. Like this. And now, what I like to use as a reference point, if you're at this point and you jump at the end of this orange tile on the floor in the middle, then your sequence is a good sequence. Like this is a good sequence. Now all we want to do is curve, let's say left, and easily dodge the boulder just by holding forward and jump. I don't need to time anything manually. Now at the end here, we just grab the scion. From here, I like to do a roll so that we can get a boost later on. So there's no need to think here. We just roll and forward and jump. Just keep running, jumping. And then now I like to manually aim a little bit left to get a very small boost. So this rubble has some weird collision. You can just go around it. That's no big deal, like that. But you can get a small boost if you're on the left here. like here. It's very minor, but it's just nice to have. You can try it out if you want, but you're at no risk here because the boulder and rubble has already fallen, so you can just find your way around. And then here we want to ideally do running jumps out of here like this, but not much to talk about. So here it's a little bit to talk about. We get in the water, we want to get out as soon as possible, so try coming to the right over here. And now Larson can be in a few different positions. Usually he's on this right side in one of these two tiles on the very right, like the one Lara climbs up now and this right one. So like this one or this one. He can be a little bit tricky in those positions, but the strategy here that you want overall is the same as the one I talked about in the advanced section of the tutorial in combat. We just want to constantly go around him. So, go to be behind him. So like this, and this way I can safely kill him while taking virtually no damage. And if you do this right, you should have absolutely no problems completing this level without using a med. And once you kill him, there's this cutscene. Your timer is still running though, so I'll recommend skipping it with inventory, and then you're done this level. Very short level. There's just a few things more I want to talk about this fight. So again, I highly recommend not using a med here. If for some reason you do have an extra, you can use it, but I would recommend trying to save that for Follies, the next level, because it is a lot harder. And another thing about this fight, so shooting Larson from a faraway distance, something like this one, Lara seems to have a higher chance to miss shots. Like, yes, she auto-aims, but sometimes you can see bullets behind Larson or just not shooting him, and he's not spewing out blood. So Lara's missing, so I recommend going as close as possible, and this should be not a problem because you want to be close to him anyway when you're going behind him, because it's just easier to control. And if you're too scared of losing out time because you're not shooting him sometimes, like let's say this, I'm only shooting one-handed when you want to be shooting two-handed, you can come out here, and so let's say I'm close to him, you can shoot it sidestep, but eventually you'll be behind him and you're shooting him as fast as possible. You do lose a bit more life, but again, life should not be an issue this level at all. If you're finding life is an issue, well, first of all, there's two possibilities. One, you get hit by the boulder, so try not to be hit by the boulder or take as little damage as possible. But when you come to Larson, if you're having a problem, just try to focus on going behind him rather than like optimizing a 1 second or so by shooting him more. Try to really avoid the damage so that you can not have to use a med. But yeah, that's it for Tomb of Qualopec. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you next time in St. Francis's Folly.